Hi, my name is jplummer. I am a middle school teacher in northern Maine, and recently I decided to make a video series to help parents cope with the situation they find themselves in teaching their kids at home. In this series, I hope that you find some tips to help make your child's learning environment more productive. So in today's video, we're going to talk about a few things. Today is mostly going to be about setting a schedule and keeping to routines at home. That'll hopefully help you figure out the best way to schedule the time that your children are working at home. Let's get started. Let's talk about schedules and routines as far as at-home learning goes. Some of the benefits of having a schedule in at-home learning, it sets expectations. When kids know what they're expected to do, they're a lot more likely to do it. And once they get into a routine of doing it, it becomes automatic. And they just get down to business when they know it's going to start, and they're a lot more productive. Having structure in an activity for a student is very comforting. They like that predictability and they come to rely on it. And it just makes them more confident because they know what's going on. Another benefit is that they learn independence. When they can feel independent, that helps them gain confidence. And as a result, they become happier. And the last thing is, and we all love this one, parents will do less nagging. The kids don't like to hear us nag, and we don't like to do the nagging. So that's a win-win situation right there. The next thing I want to suggest is in the morning, the kids have a routine to get them started. I recommend that they get up with an alarm clock. This is a good life skill for them to learn, just to get used to that, because they'll have to do that throughout their teenage and adult lives. It creates independence. You can set the alarm clock or teach them how to do it, and then they can set their alarm clock and feel very grown up about it. One of the next things is I suggest they make their bed. This is something that a lot of people advocate for so that they feel like that they've accomplished something first thing in the morning. It makes their room look neater. So making their bed is a real good positive thing for kids to do. Then they should eat some breakfast, followed by a shower or washing up. If they take a shower at night, then, washing face and hands and stuff. Have them brush their teeth and then do some anything that's required on top of the basics. And what I mean by that is, like, if they take regular medicine in the morning or vitamins, or if you ask them to do certain chores like put their breakfast dishes in the dishwasher, that could be added to the morning routine list. All right, let's talk a little bit about instruction. And this is something that you kind of have to pay attention to right at the beginning of this new venture of home learning. Nobody has done this before, so we're all trying to feel our way through the dark to make this as good an experience for everybody as possible, but we're going to hit roadblocks along the way. So what it should be is the lesson should be relatively short. I'm going to say, depending on the age level, maybe 5 to 10 minutes long in like a video lesson, if that's the case, if that's what the teacher provides. The teacher may also provide some like a handwritten lesson that can be read to the students or shown to the students. But the point is, it should be relatively short. It should give clear directions. If the directions aren't clear, students obviously aren't going to be able to do it. So parents might have to read the directions or reword the directions to help the students understand exactly what's being asked of them. And then the last part of the lesson should be an activity for independent practice. This is where maybe they tried it with you first, maybe they practiced a little bit, and then near the end of the instruction, they should be practicing this on their own and building up their confidence level in this skill or in the knowledge that they're learning. So if it's not those three things or four things, you should communicate with the teacher. If the teacher isn't giving clear instructions, that's going to be a problem for the kids. So make sure you communicate with the teacher. And sometimes in that situation, when you see your student struggling, it's hard not to be upset. But like I said before, this is something that's all new to all of us. So be polite in your communication and just be calm about it and ask the teacher. The teacher is going to be more than willing to bend over backwards and help. His or her main function is for that kid to get whatever it is, whatever knowledge, whatever skill it is that the child needs to develop. So they want to help your student. So don't hesitate to communicate any frustrations with them. Another thing you can do is ask a friend for help. Another classmate, and I'm saying you ask a friend, your student, depending on their age, could ask a friend for help. Or you might call your best friend up and say, my daughter doesn't understand this. Can you think of anything I can do to help her? It's always good to phone a friend, as they used to say in that Millionaire show. And then the third thing is try to find a resource on your own. YouTube has some awesome videos about all kinds of different things. And if you can watch a short 5-minute video on YouTube and it helps the kids understand the concept, that's yay. Sometimes the creators of the videos will put songs to it or make it funny, and that always sticks in their head. So there's nothing wrong with that. I use YouTube videos in my lessons quite often. And it doesn't have to be YouTube, it can be another site, but YouTube is just kind of a big clearinghouse of where you can find all different kinds of ideas and content. And last resort, maybe, is Google it. Most of the time, you can't go wrong with Google. A couple other things to remember when it comes to instruction. And like I said this a little bit ago, but please remember this process is new to the teacher as well as to you and your child. We're going to have some kinks along the way and some hiccups. We all have to do our best to do what we can to help the children. Something else is teachers have not been trained for this remote learning, this distance learning. And again, we don't know some of the best practices for this because we haven't done that. Lastly, be patient with the teacher. He or she, like I said before, is going to be very interested and will become very involved with trying to help you. So be patient and ask for help when you need it. Well, I hope you found that helpful. Down below in the description box, I am going to list some of the resources that were in the slideshow, but also some that I think will be helpful to you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please share it with friends and family. I think this is going to be helpful to many different people, and the more this gets out, the better off people are going to be. Please keep watching for more videos. I plan on doing at least a couple more, and if I think of other topics, I'm going to add them in too. So, Until next time, thanks.